Donald Trump has never had a reputation for honesty or for command of policy issues or for coherence or for reading cleanly from a teleprompter. But in the past month, in numerous interviews and appearances since Kamala Harris became his election opponent, Trump has gotten worse. Hard to imagine that was possible, but that's the case. For example, you heard him slur and ramble through a friendly online chat with Twitter owner Elon Musk.
Kamala wouldn't have this conversation. She can't because she's not smart. You know, she's not a smart person, by the way. She can't have this conversation. And Biden, we don't even have to talk about it. I mean, he couldn't have this conversation. He would have given up on the first half of a question. He would have walked out.
You heard him call into Fox News after Harris's acceptance speech at the DNC, where he struggled with the network's time constraints and banging the buttons on his own phone.
70% of our people are living in poverty. She's going to give a tax increase of 4 to 5 times what people and companies are paying right now. You know what?
President.
In the end, the Democrats did the same thing to Joe Biden. They threw Joe Biden out of the party.
And that's why we saw a different night tonight.
Mr. President, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate that live feedback.
Stay right there. Live edition of Gutfeld is coming up. Thank you so much for joining us from Chicago. It's been a great week.
Good night.
And despite constant appeals from his aides to avoid personal attacks and stick to the script in his policy speeches, well, you know.
We're going to do a free poll. Here are the two questions. Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? Ready? Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? I don't know. My advisors are fired. But I say that I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better. Much better. I'm a better looking person than Kamala. And she mentioned thank you about 50 times. Did you see the beginning? Thank you, 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 thank you. I said, what the hell is wrong with her? This woman is nuts. Look, people say, be nice. Have you heard her laugh? That is the laugh of a crazy person. They'll say he was rambling. I don't ramble. I'm a really smart guy, you know, really smart. I don't ramble. You know, I always look for good words. Highly sophisticated. I'm highly educated. I like sophisticated words.
Some of that came from a heavily publicized campaign rally in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania last week, where Trump was supposed to fire up volunteers in a critical battleground state. But many supporters left during his rambling 100-minute speech. One of the attendees telling reporters she was done with Trump. Quote, I've been thinking of voting for him again because Biden's been so bad for the economy and Kamala won't be any better. But after listening to that, I'm actually afraid of Trump being president again. I don't know what he was talking about half the time. Perhaps he was always like that, but he seems worse, more unstable. On Monday, in an appearance at Arlington National Cemetery, Trump inexplicably and disrespectfully gave photographers a thumbs up over the graves of fallen Marines. On social media, Trump reacted to Harris's speech last week by dropping nearly 60 angry posts in just a few hours. And just yesterday, Trump deleted another post that he apparently dashed off too fast. A post that read, these are great patriots who work their hearts out and have a strong and powerful, spelled very incorrectly there, border, only to be harassed by border czar Kamala Harris, who wants the, and that was it. I mean, look, he's always been deluded, incoherent, mean-spirited, dishonest, and impulsive. That's just who Trump is. But as he ages and struggles to find his footing in a transformed race, Trump's getting even, shall I say, Trumpier. The emperor has never had any clothes, and it's showing. But is it enough to sink him? We'll ask a couple of campaign experts. That's coming up next.